Instead of central heat and air, this house that I'm in the process of buying decided to go with mini split, which was very unfortunate because I'm absolutely in love with the house. But what you mean it ain't got no central heat and air? So because your girl is on the brink of closing, let's see what a certified home inspector has to say about these mini splits.
So it's probably gonna take care of this room pretty good. But
Yeah.
How much of it are you gonna get in here?
And see, I hadn't already asked him about that because I was like, that one is, I don't think he's gonna keep the whole. Cause they were saying it's supposed to carry the cover this whole area, right? Cause it's only one in this area. Yeah. They do got one downstairs, like, and it's two upstairs. But I'm like, I don't think that one just gonna cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying that they didn't want to put another one in here, so I was really concerned about that because I'm like, I don't think that one gonna, especially when you in the kitchen doing everything.
And to be honest, I don't know how well it's gonna do. Like, the temperatures right now, it probably can keep up with whatever you want, but in the middle of the summertime when it's 100 degrees outside, is it really gonna keep everything else cool?
Right.
And the big thing, you can look up to see what kind of square footage like each unit will cover, but that don't account for the fact of when you're in that bedroom right there, if you have the door shut, you don't have any airflow going in there.
Right.
So even if it is a big enough unit to cover this whole area, it's an airflow thing more or less than just the unit itself. So,
right.
Kind of hard for me to say. Basically, what I can do with them, I just kind of check the temperatures coming out of them, make sure they're putting out like they should be. So it's kind of hard for me to say, that it'll be okay or it won't.
Yeah.
Like I said, because when you have the central heating in there, your return is usually somewhere in the middle of the house, and then the vents are usually either in the ceiling or the floor, but they'll be on like the outside walls. So when the air comes out of the vents, the return's actually pulling everything back toward the center. So you've got a lot more circulation of your heat or air conditioner, whichever one you have running.
Right.
So with this, you don't really have that. So, it is not quite as good of a system as a central heating and air, but I'm not saying that it won't do what it's supposed to do. I just can't really say for sure how well it's going to do, without just real world experience with it. So, I would rather be able to check them, if it was 30 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside, because then I can feel, we could actually just walk around in there and you'd be able to tell, hey, when I'm in the living room, it's still a little cool out, even though the heat's going in here. But I don't know, like I said, it's not really something I can just say for sure either way on. So I got a comment in there about it, but that's about the extent of what I can do with it.
Okay.
Why would they do that in houses instead of putting a central area?
So with this house, if it never had a central heating there, that's going to be a lot cheaper. A lot of it due to being not having to run duct work, and with this house being kind of 3 different levels, trying to get that duct work from from ground level all the way up to that top level and routing it would be kind of complicated to get it done. So that would be my guess on why they just threw those in there. Not necessarily that the units themselves overall would have been cheaper than just putting it in, but once you start running duct work and all that, it's going to get on up there if you don't already have it. So that would be my guess on it.
Yeah.
So this is the